Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is titled The Real Zombie Apocalypse Explained. And in this video, I want to talk about the different stages of the zombie apocalypse. And I want to talk about the misinformation other YouTubers are giving you. Enjoy. Nostradamus made his zombie predictions in the 16th century. Now, who is Nostradamus and why is he important? The name Nostradamus itself means to predict the future. So as you probably guessed, Nostradamus was a psychic, also known as a seer back then. He was a philosopher, an author, a doctor, and he made many predictions. One of his predictions was World War II and Hitler. Another prediction that Nostradamus made was in 2021 that there would be a zombie apocalypse. Now, when we talk about zombie apocalypses, we have to define what is a zombie. Is that a fake thing? Is that a real thing? Is it mystical, mythical? What is it? Now, allow me to clear something up before we go any further. A zombie is not a fake thing. There are plenty of funguses that can take over the brain of a small animal or an insect, therefore controlling the insect and making it a zombie. This is not a fake thing. This is not a Hollywood thing. Everything that you see in Hollywood is usually based on something from our real world. So allow me to clear it up that zombies are not a fake thing and it's not just something that you see in a movie. I also think that it's very important that we define the characteristics of a zombie so that we can better approach this topic. And as we discuss zombies and zombie characteristics, my goal is that you'll see that we're not waiting on a zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse is already here. What is a zombie? Zombies don't think. Zombies react on impulse. Zombies don't care about each other. Zombies are in their own world. They don't even notice each other. You'll never see a zombie attack another zombie. They only want to attack the living. Zombies don't want to take from other zombies. They only want to take from the living. Now, when you plug that into 2021, doesn't it seem like people are reacting on impulse a lot more than they used to? Doesn't it seem like people are not thinking a lot more than they used to? Doesn't it seem like the regard for another life, the safety of another human being is at an all-time low in 2021? And I'm here to tell you that as we go through these different phases of the zombie apocalypse, this stuff will only increase. People will think less. People will react on impulse more. People won't care about each other at all. People will take from the non-zombies the first chance they get. And who are the non-zombies? The non-zombies are the preppers. The non-zombies are the woke people. The non-zombies are the spiritually inclined. The non-zombies are the vegetarians and the people that eat life and they don't eat dead things. These are the non-zombies, you guys. I need you guys to wake up for me. It's very important that you wake up because you're already in the zombie apocalypse. There's already zombies following preppers home trying to take their groceries. There's already zombies crashing school buses and zombies taking doses of vaccines over and over and over and over and over. Zombies sending their kids to concerts for adults and zombies buying guns for their kids and sending them to school with the gun. Zombies buying guns for their kids and sending them out to patrol the streets. We're already in the zombie apocalypse, you guys. We're already there. And phase one started a long time ago. Phase one started with the Instagram challenges. Phase one started with the fire challenge and the lip challenge. Phase one started with the TikTok dances. Everybody has to dance alike. And everybody has to do the dab. And everybody has to watch all the police shootings on the news and be desensitized by it. These are the beginning stages. This was the first phase of the zombie apocalypse. We were being trained, we were being prepped for the zombie apocalypse. And you might say, Lanky Pepper, that's far-fetched. That's not quite what a zombie is. But then you have to really think about it. Like, these kids were setting themselves on fire on Instagram challenges. These kids were climbing up crates and falling down and literally breaking their necks. Like, if that's not a zombie, then, we'll never have human zombies. If you don't consider that a zombie, for somebody to literally set their body on fire, then I don't understand what you think a zombie is. That's actually worse than a Hollywood zombie. A Hollywood zombie wouldn't purposefully set himself on fire. And if you ask me, phase 1 started with Obama in office, because the whole way he got into office was because of the zombie apocalypse. People voted on impulse because of the color of his skin. They didn't know what he represented. They didn't know that he wasn't even fully black. They didn't know that his family came from another country. People didn't know these things, They used their impulses. Their impulses took control, and that's why they voted for somebody that looked like them, or somebody that they thought would bring change because of the color of their skin. That is part of the zombie apocalypse. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Libertarian, I'm not any of that stuff. But you do notice that when the Democrats are in office, we are on a faster track towards this zombie apocalypse. Anybody with eyes can see that we are on a faster track towards the zombie apocalypse when the Democrats are in control. Now, I want to go backwards a little bit, and I want to talk about Nostradamus a little bit more, because Nostradamus was really interesting to me. One of the interesting things about him that I noticed is that he speaks in what he calls quatrains. And it's kind of like a small poem a little bit. It doesn't really rhyme, but it's kind of like a little poem. But another person who spoke in quatrains, or what I would call quatrains, is Jesus. But, he called them parables. He spoke in parables. So I find that pretty interesting that they both speak in that kind of a vague, mysterious type of way. But I want to read Nostradamus's quatrain concerning the zombie apocalypse, and I'll start that now. A few young people, half dead to give a start, dead through spite. He will cause others to shine, and in an exalted place some great evils to occur. Sad concepts will come to harm each one. Temporal dignified, the mass to succeed. Fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows. Women in mourning. The pestilent she-monster. The great one will be no more. All the world to end. And now what I want to do is I want to try to break down what I think he meant by this passage. And I won't give too much my opinion, but I'll define the words, and I'll define a couple of phrases so we can kind of understand what it is Nostradamus was trying to say. So in the first line, Nostradamus says, a few young people half dead to give a start, dead through spite. I interpret that as Nostradamus trying to say that the birth rate will be very low during this time. And with him using the word spite, I feel like this is all done purposefully. Whoever set this up to lower our birth rate, they did this on purpose. Another line I found interesting was when he said, and in an exalted place, some great evils to occur. Now, I take that as high ranking, maybe government. Some great evils might occur in government or something like that. But whoever this person is that he's talking about that will bring on this zombie apocalypse, he's going to let evils happen in higher places, not just to the middle class or the lower class. He's going to let it happen to higher ups as well. Another line that I found interesting was when he said temporal dignified. Now, temporal means worldly. Instead of spiritual, when you say temporal, you're talking about the world, not spiritual at all. And when you say dignified, you're talking about respect. So when he says temporal dignified,